Hi, I have a lot of different things to show you guys this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. My channel is Ultraviolet Stitches. My name is Chevelle. That behind me is my dog, Jose. He has a cone on this week because we're still in the process of him healing from a little accident that he had where he ripped his toenail out. So he is not living his best life right now. We will go over progress, plans, and purchases. So yeah, not a lot has happened for me this week as far as personally. I will say, on a slightly more serious note, we have had like a voyeur, like peeping Tom person coming around our apartment complex. I am on the second floor, so I haven't had any personal experiences with that, but 3 out of the 4 apartments downstairs have had people like looking into their doorways or in their windows at night. So that's pretty scary. That's not the type of spooky scariness that we want to be happening in October, but that is something that is happening in my apartment complex. The only real experience that I had was on Tuesday morning. Me and my boyfriend had woke up early in the morning to take someone to the airport, so it was about 4 or 5 in the morning. And we go out to my car and there's a man standing between my car and the bushes. And keep in mind, it's like 5 in the morning, it's dark outside, and the sprinklers were on. Like the sprinklers were on watering the grass in the morning. And so, he's right by our car, so we're just like, hi, is there anything we can help you with? We just need to get to our car. I don't want to start any issues. And he was like, oh no, I'm just looking for my knife in the bushes. I was doing a job here on Monday and I just came by to see if I could find it. And then he left. And then we got in our car and we drove away. But I don't know. We do think that that might have been the guy that has been invading people's privacy in our apartment complex. So, I don't know. I wish I had, you always look back on a situation and wish that you would have said something differently or handled it differently. I do wish that I, was more firm with him being around. I wish I would have said something. But at the time, I didn't know if he was the person doing it, so it might have been rude. I don't like getting the cops involved on principle, just because I think that they do more harm, in my opinion, than good. But I know that the neighbors in the downstairs apartment has already filed a police report. So there are people taking the proper steps to ramify it, but they said if they don't have any physical evidence or any pictures to try and identify the man, then there's nothing they can really do at this point as far as the cops. So yeah, that's the only really exciting thing happening right now. Like I said, I live on the second floor, so it'd be very difficult for them to peek in our windows. I don't know. I hope it stops. Okay. So, moving on to progress. So, I have a couple of things to show you. The first thing I want to show you is I got some more progress done on my plague nurse. So as you can see, we got her face and her mask stitched in, and I did do that in a Stitch With Me. So if you're interested in seeing that, that will be the very next video posted, like the previous video. After I stitched her mask, I did fill in her arms. So from the last week you saw, it was just the outlining. There's a lot of various shades of gray and white in this. And when you're stitching it, you don't see anything at all. But I think it's really showing up well in the camera, the shading in her in her sleeves. And I think that once you, well, I know because I've done this before, that once you start back stitching it shows up really well. So yeah, very excited about the progress that I have made on this. The next project is my Oracle October assignment. So I rolled project 8, which is the Christmas stocking that I'm working on, and I had to stitch 828 stitches. So I put in exactly 828 stitches. This is what the cover page looks like for the dimensions kit. This is actually a fairly popular kit because I've seen it in a lot of big box stores, and I'm sure the big box stores will be re-releasing this when it gets closer to Christmas. So this is the stocking that I am working on. I will submit a picture of where I started this week. So this is where I started. And then this is where I ended up. So, sorry for all the hanging threads. This is how I live my life in chaos. So we have the package. I stitched a lot on the present up on top of the truck and got some of the second present in. I also stitched a lot on the hood of the truck here. I did not touch the outside of the truck, so this blue winter landscape. I have not touched that because I think I may have messed up on it, and you know, if you don't really look at it, then like, is it really a problem? Like, so I'm in denial about that. We will see. But yeah, so this is what 828 stitches looks like. This took up all my time. Because I work full time, I'm lucky if I get like a couple hundred stitches in an evening. And so I really did not touch Winter Cabin, which is one project I said I was going to work on last week. I did not touch it. I didn't get any meaningful progress on it. It's sitting back there next to my stand. I think I just kind of got burnt out because 1,000 stitches for me personally is a lot. So I have not touched Winter Cabin. The only other thing that I started, or the only other thing that I worked on stitching wise, is I wanted to start one of these winter Christmas jar ornaments that had arrived. And last week I did mention that I bought some Ada for it, so I figured I would just pull it out and see what I think. Also, since this is a dimensions kit and I don't have the leftover threads, I'm also experimenting with different conversion charts online to see which one I like the best, and I might make a video about it. These are the leftover threads that the seller so kindly bobbinated and sent to me, but as you can see, it's just literally like a 4-inch, 5-inch piece of thread of each color, and so there's not enough to do that anything with it, except maybe find a coordinating color. So I was working on this one just because it's the first one on the pattern page, and let me show you where I've gotten with that. I'm keeping it in the plastic container that it came in, just for tidiness sake. Here is where I've gotten so far. I think it's very cute. So I've worked on the holly, and then this is the opening of the jar, and then as I get further down there will be like a little house. But yeah, I'm really liking this. This is 3/1 DMC, and this is 14 count light blue Ada. So if you're wondering how I got my coverage so full and like puffy looking, it's because that's what 3/1 full cross looks like on 14 count. Let me actually go back. So this is 18 count DMC, oh sorry, 18 count Aida. And then this is 2/1 full cross on 18 count. And then this one, this is whatever the kit has, but I believe it is either, actually, let's see. This is 2/1 14 count. So if you're comparing the difference, this has a little bit less coverage. Like for example, we'll see it here and up in the black a bit. This has a little bit less coverage than what I would experience here, because they're both 14 count, but this is a matter of 3 threads over 1, and that's a matter of 2 over 1. So that's pretty much all stitching wise. The only other things that I've got progress on is I finally finished my quilt blocks for the purple quilt that I'm working on. So I have 25 different quilt blocks that I've made. And these are all essentially ranging from light to midtones and then to various dark colors. So I finished these. These are 25 of them. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to sash it with this whitish mottled cream. I'm sorry it's wrinkled. I like to pre-wash my fabric, so I haven't had a chance to iron it yet. But hopefully you'll be able to see. It's kind of, I think it's a batik. Don't quote me on that. But as you can see, it's like white with gray and cream modeling. So it's not just like stark white. And that will be going in between these quilt blocks. So I think that will look nice. And hopefully I will get some more of that quilt done this week. I'm essentially going to cut this in 2.5-inch strips and sew the blocks together with this. I might do something else. I don't know. I might do something else. We will see. But yes, and that is for a lovely person in my life that loves the color purple. So that's all the progress we've made. Let's talk about plans. So first we have our Oracle October assignment. I'm going to roll for that now. Okay, so we rolled a 12, so it's project 12. We're going to stitch on it for 240 stitches. And project number 12 is my Asian sampler. It's by Cooler Designs. And it'll be good to work on that because I don't have a lot of progress on that. Okay, perfect. So that is 240 on an Asian sampler that I have. That is by Cooler Designs, I believe. Let me go get it. Actually, 1 second. Okay, so this is where I am currently at on it. So this is my Oracle. This is my Oracle assignment, and I will be working 240 stitches on this, which is a relief because I'm going to tell you, 828 stitches on our last assignment was a commitment. So, okay, so this is where I'm at. Actually, I think it's upside down. This is where I'm at on it. I love this pattern mostly because it has koi fish, and I really like koi fish. So, I started stitching here on the fish at the bottom. We got a little leaf going up on here, and then I believe this is, I think there would be writing right here. So not a whole lot. Hopefully next time you'll see it, there will be much more progress. This is interesting because a couple of things. I believe I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida, I think. But the issue is, so the original pattern is assuming that you're stitching 2 over 2, and I'm actually stitching 2 over 1. So there are some diagonal or quarter stitches in this, and I've just been having to like puncture through the middle of the Aida, which is not my favorite thing to do, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So this is where I'm at. The other interesting thing about this pattern is I'm trying to show you, but I don't know if you can see. So the pattern experiments with 4 crosses as well as half crosses. Let me see if I can focus on that. So as we can see, there's a difference in dimension there because some of these blue stitches are 4 crosses and some of them are half crosses. So that's where I'm at. We'll see what 240 stitches looks like on that. I'm gonna try and finish my plague nurses skirt down here and then also get some stitching on in the background. This is for one of my lovely family members, so I'm trying to finish this before Halloween so I can send them like a little treat bag or like goodie box filled with Halloween stuff. And then the last thing I would like to do is, I don't have it to show you unfortunately, but I've talked about it previously on my channel. So I'm working on Masquerade by Ink Circles. And as I had experienced expressed in my, it's probably 2 weekly updates ago from now, there is a mistake. So I'm probably going to try and figure out where the mistake is so that I can go ahead and fix it and finish it. So yeah, 3 things that I'm working on this week. My Oracle assignment, Asian sampler, my plague nose, and fixing my Masquerade cross stitch. And then I'm also going to be working on my quilt. Other than those 3 things, I don't have a lot going on. As far as purchases, I didn't buy much this week, so I don't have any new accumulations to the stash. However, I am supposed to be getting a package today from 123 Cross Stitch that has all of the supplies for the Christmas ornaments that I told you I was going to be working on. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and have a good day. Bye.